Today's session we'll be discussing about the Hadoop installation. Well, this is the first lab term work which you need to understand. So we'll be having a hands-on experience when we can understand how exactly we can proceed with it. Okay, so what we can do is a very important thing, that is how well you can work out with that. So I'll be giving you the idea about how well Hadoop installation has to be taken or carried out. Now, before you work out with this Hadoop installation, a very important concept here is to install JDK. A must. Java JDK has to be installed. Then only you can further install the Hadoop and work on it. As I told you earlier, Hadoop is based on Java implementation. So that is how you have to work it out. So based on that, I'll be having a particular point here. I'll be giving you an idea how exactly we'll be proceeding with the Hadoop installation. Yes. So first of all, you need to install Hadoop. The higher version is fine, no problem. The 3.1, well and good. You can go with that, or 2.8.0, which we have done here. Okay. Now, as I've installed Hadoop 2.8.0, yes, we'll just check out how exactly the procedure is. That is how, and this is what is the point which will be covered in today's session. The installation with respect to the Java, then with respect to Hadoop, okay, which are the particular files in Hadoop which has to be configured. Okay, a very important point here is some of the XML files have to be configured. After we configure the XML files, okay, we need to work out with certain more extra steps. Once you do that, we have to understand by entering a particular command and understand how it has been installed. Okay, it has been installed successfully. How we'll try to find it out. That is what is the point to be noted. So we proceed with that. So first, as you can see on this board, I'll be opening up with the Java. Yes, so we have here a particular file, that is. So JDK is here. So we need to install JDK first. So as we install JDK, yes, so we have it here. So installation has been started. Well, I would like to change the path here. Okay, so just a minute. So I will go to C drive. I'll create a folder that is Java as the folder. Okay, once I create this folder C:Java and I install it there. So well, this is what is the first and foremost step you have to work out with it. Next, as we will be working out with this, we'll try to understand what about the Hadoop 2.8.0 particular file. You have to first install, what you can say, you have to first copy it, download that file. It will be a zip file. Okay, you have to unzip it. Yes, after you unzip it, okay, we have to check what is the next procedure. So you can see here that it is getting installed. Okay, so as you can see this part, a very important thing is to make a note that you have to set path. Okay, that is for Java environment variables. Okay, I'll be showing you that in the particular next following step. Okay, so with Java you need to set the environment variables for Hadoop also. Both the environment variables have to be set up for Java as well as for you have to work with Hadoop. That is the point you have to make a note. Okay, now as it is getting installed, we'll just move around with some additional points just to be making a note of it. So I have shared in both the divisions, the doc file, that is one. Okay, so the doc file is having step-by-step installation procedure. So you can follow the same thing because I have followed the same concept. As I said, we'll go to Hadoop 2.8.0. You can see there. So we are copying it to the C drive. In the C drive, I will paste the Hadoop 2.8.0. Well, it's a huge file. Okay, so it may take certain time here. So by the meantime, it takes works out with that. We have to understand how to work out with the environment variables. I hope you have done it. Yes. If you have not done it, well, we'll be doing it here again, and that is the point you have to understand. Now, as it goes with the installation procedure here, I'll just have some one or two questions that is related to Hadoop. So you have to understand how exactly the HDFS architecture is. Okay, so the HDFS architecture is very important for us to understand how exactly Hadoop is getting installed. Yes, why? Because we are creating there a storage. When a Hadoop is installed, an HDFS storage is also created. Okay, but there is no human interaction there. You have to work out with command, and whatever files are there, you have to pass on from the local to the HDFS. You are supposed to use the command line interface to give a particular file from the local system to the particular HDFS files. Okay, storage. This is what you have to understand. Okay, now as it is taking some installation time, we'll just move on with the next. That is, okay, so the JDK is installed. We're just waiting for the particular set of points that is to be taken care. Okay, now very important point here is when we talk about the Hadoop, we have to understand what is name node, what is data node. Okay, well, why these particular point are important? Because that's what you can understand when you talk about the HDFS architecture. Even when you talk about the MapReduce. Okay, you can refer those videos where you can find out what exactly I mean by data node, what I mean by name node. Okay, resource manager. Yes, all these are very important concepts. That is yarn manager, which we have to work out here. Okay, all these components will be added. Okay, some have to be done manually and some are done by default, and that is how you are trying to work it out. Okay, now based on these aspects, we are trying to work out with the following set of points. Now, as you can see here, we are trying to work out with some of the details. So we'll go to this environment variables. Well, this is where is the environment variable. We are not supposed to still paste it because Hadoop is not yet installed. Yes, Hadoop has to be copied. Fine. So I'll just create a variable Hadoop home. Yes, this is the first and foremost step. You can just go ahead with that sheet or the document which you have shared. Okay, so this is the document. This is the document which we need to proceed. So it is shared in your group. You can just go ahead with that. Okay, so I'll just close it right now. Let us first copy. We'll copy the file on C drive and then proceed with it. Okay. So this is, so it is taking some time here. So let's so yes, we have here the environment variables to be set up new. So please make a note of this. We are using here Hadoop, okay, underscore home. This is the first point you have to understand. So where the particular bin file is, we need to search it. Of course, you can browse. So we have it in C. In that we have Hadoop 2.8.0. Okay, there we have bin. And this is the particular path which has to be pasted there. Okay, so that is the first and foremost thing. So I'll paste it, Hadoop 2.0 bin. Okay, so the first set of thing is done. That is the Hadoop environment variable has been set up. Okay, a very important point to make a note of. Okay, next we'll proceed with the Java now. We are creating a Java path. So Java home. So we'll go to the browse. We'll find out where Java is. So where Java is? It is in C drive. Yes, we have Java there. Okay, in that Java file you have bin. Okay, so when you proceed with these points, you need to remember that if you are, in case JDK has been installed in program files, then you have JDK and you have the bin file. Okay, so this is how the particular path has been set up. Okay, when you install it. Whereas here when you can create, we'll make it very short. Okay, C colon, we are creating a Java folder. So the Java folder has been created in a C folder itself, C drive. In C drive, a Java folder has been created, and then you are trying to work with the bin, and that is what is the path which has to be created. Okay, so you are trying to change it. Okay, you have the option. Why we do it? Because let us make the path very simple. We not have much more complication with the path, like C drive, program files, 64, program files 32, then slash, you'll be having JDK 1.8 and so on, so slash, then you'll be having another folder, Java, and then you'll be having bin. Okay, we'll not have that many complications. We'll just try to figure out. We'll copy where the Java folder is, where bin is there, bin folder and other folders. That Java folder will be copied and pasted into the, or you directly say, install it into C drive Java folder. This is a point you have to make a note of. Okay, will not have a, you can have it, there is no problem, but you need to just remember the path, because we will be working on command line. So you are trying to use that linear path and trying to work out with us. That is how the point is. So this is how the environment variable will be set up. So C Java bin, that is done, and just okay. So all these particular steps have been provided into the particular doc file which has been shared with you. That is step by step Hadoop installation. So environment variable is there. You are trying to set a path here also. Okay, so paste here C Java bin. Okay, in the system variable, and also you have to make a note that we have to present this user variable for admin will be there in the system variables also. So you'll be creating two paths, one for Java and one more is for Hadoop. So you are creating totally two paths, which is one is Java bin, the other one is Hadoop. These are the two particular system variables which have been set. Okay, so once this is done, the next step what you need to work out here is basically we'll be working out with the installation part of it. So we'll go to, I'll show you the doc file, how we have proceeded with it. So just a idea, I have a paper with me, the same thing is here, so you can check. I'll just use that particular file. You can see how it has been created. So just follow this. Please make a note, just follow this for installation. Installation of Hadoop is a very important thing to make a note of. Now, as you can see here, configuration. Okay, now why this? Because we have to configure the Hadoop file, because you are trying to place it on your system. So whatever environment variable you are trying to set up, those things have to be configured. So where it is edit file, see Hadoop this, Hadoop core hyphen site.xml. Okay, so this is the particular file, XML file, core hyphen .xml. In that you need to paste the following code. Okay, this paragraph is there. I'll just show you. So this is the file, the property. So these are the particular code, that is the tag which has to be pasted in the core hyphen site.xml. So where is it? We'll go to that particular file, C Hadoop 2.8.0. okay, and then we have etc Hadoop. There you can find this. So core hyphen and edit with node So you have here configuration. So you can see this. This is the particular configuration which is blank, which we need to paste the paragraph. Okay. So what is the instruction? This is the particular configuration paragraph which has to be pasted. Okay. So I'll paste it. So as you can see, what you are pasting here, config property fs dot default fs, and we have the value. What is the value? It is a local host HDFS where you want to access. You are trying to provide the details. So you can just find out what is the first thing. That is the core site. Okay. So the core site is an XML file. In that there is a configuration tag. Okay. That has to be modified. Okay. Next. So once we paste it, save it and stop. Then we go to the next file, that is rename. Rename map-red-site.xml template to map-red-site.xml only. Okay. So where again we have to go? We have to go back to the etc Hadoop map-red-site.xml, and there we have to again paste the following property, that is map-reduce.framework.name, and the value is yarn. What is yarn? Yet another resource negotiator. Why we are using this? Okay, that is what is there in the another video, you can find it out. Okay, it's just a Hadoop 2.0. Okay, it's a upgraded version of MapReduce Hadoop. That is the second version, a better version of that. Okay, so that is what is the point here. So we'll just find out what you have to do there. So the property has been taken. So once we take this, we'll just search where it is. You find, okay, we have here MapReduce site dot, you can say map-red-site dot xml dot template. So what you have to do here, we have to remove the template part. Okay. So that is the next thing. So I'll rename it. So in that I'll delete the template. Okay, that's it. That's okay. So we have to do the next thing, that is, once it has been changed, you can find it out where it is. Okay. So once map-red-site.xml is available, we can change it with the properties. Okay, the configuration, the instruction what is given there has to be checked out. Okay, so just renaming it. So dot, change it, yes, changed, yes, we get it. So we have to edit with again, and again you have a configuration tag here. Okay, so the tag will be having this particular details which have to be pasted in that tag. Okay, so we will go ahead. What is the next thing? Well, as you can see here, we are supposed to create a folder. Once these two things are to be taken care, that is, first is with the core site, then with the map red, then we have to create two folders. Okay, what is that? C:\Hadoop. After that particular path, we create two folders, that is, one is data node and another folder is name node. Okay, so we'll just work out with that. So we'll find out C:\Hadoop. Yes, we'll go to yes. We have it here. So I create another folder, new folder, that is, what is the name? Data node. So I create first data folder. Okay, in that I create two folders. What is that? First is name node and another is data node. These are the two folders which are created and worked out with the. So C:\Hadoop 2.8.0 data, that is the folder. Under that data folder, you need to create two folders, that is name node and data node. So once I do this, we have to work out with the next, that is etc. We can see that we have HDFS site XML. The HDFS site HTML will help us in working out with the details, that is HDFS site.xml. We have to edit that. Again, there is the configuration file. You have to paste dfs.replication, dfs.name_node.name.directory. Okay, so all these particular configurations which are mentioned here, okay, the instructions and the property have to be pasted in that. Okay, because all these are being utilized by the Hadoop and it has to be set up on our environment. Why? And the particular point what you need to understand here is it's a single node cluster which has been done. Okay, it's a single node cluster installation. So next is, after that you have to work with another, that is you have to create yarn.site XML. You have to paste it. So once we're done with we have to go to Hadoop-env. So in that you can see here we are having %Java home %, which has to be changed. Okay, which has to be changed to C:/backward/Java. This is the path which has been set up, right? So this is why I told you to use it a simple one, so that we can set up this. Okay, so once we do this, all stuff, now comes a very important task. Okay, a very important. So we are working with Hadoop. This is the file Java which has to be changed. So in that Hadoop-env command file notepad, you have to change it to C:/Java. Okay. So once we do that, we have to save the file and proceed. After this is a very important step. That is, you have to work with the Hadoop configuration zip file. You need to download a configuration file. Okay. So that is what is been mentioned here. So you can see this download file Hadoop configuration.zip. This has to be taken care. Then you have to delete the file bin which is there in the C drive Hadoop bin, and that has to be replaced where you have the Hadoop configuration zip file. So after you download it, you have to keep it in some other drive. Suppose it is D or E. Okay, we'll just show you we have installed it and saved it into the E drive. Just check. So we'll go to the folder that is bin. This has to be deleted, which is in C drive. So delete this file. After we delete this file, we go to the configuration, that is Hadoop configuration zip file, which is installed in a E drive. So we copy this and this has to be pasted in the C drive. This is a very important step to be followed. Please make a note. See, bin has been there. Okay, so that is one Hadoop configuration file. Well, this is the major part which has to be completed. Okay, after this we'll just see what happens. Well, you have to open a command and type. So open a command prompt and you have to type there hdfs command, that is name node hyphen format. Okay, so I'll show you. So you can see here the command prompt. In that we are trying to paste. Of course, you are trying to write down a command. Just give me a second. I'll show you what I have to work out with. So I've shared that file. So open it and type here hdfs name node hyphen format. You have to type this. Okay. So user admin is there. In that only you have to type hdfs name node hyphen format. Once you do this, we can proceed with the next set of steps. So once I am done with this, you'll get this particular set of instructions and you will be finding here, okay, the name node shutting down. Okay, so this has to be generated. Okay, so you are trying to work out with this particular shutting it down. Why you have to do this? Because you are trying to start with the new part of it. Whatever is in the previous was gone. The new set of instructions have to be set and is available here. Okay, so we'll just see cd Hadoop 2.8.0 is the one which has to be taken care of. So the next point I will just share with you, that is I'll type here cmd command is given cd slash this cd Hadoop 2.10 sbin, go to sbin. After that I have to work with, okay, first I'll just show you with the jps is the command. So when I work with jps command, I'll get 7224. This is Java processing status or system. Okay, so the status of this will be having a particular ID, process ID, which is be described. Now if I want to check out whether Hadoop is installed successfully, I have to get the other set of points, that is the name node, data node, resource manager, yarn manager, all these have to be generated. So let's find out. I will type here, before that, go to sbin, same here, start hyphen all, start hyphen all command, enter. So what happens? You'll see a lot of windows which are generated. Okay, So what happens? We get yarn node manager. This is the first what has been shown on this. Next we have yarn resource manager. Then we have a data node, and we have here name node. So I have started all the particular required process. This has to be started initially. Once you start all these, then you have to come back to the command prompt. Don't touch that windows. Those command prompts are just to run at the background. Okay, come back to the command prompt, and from here type again, that is JPS. What do you find here? We find name node, resource manager, data node, JPS, node manager. All four plus the JPS is being provided. So once you get all these, of course, command prompt. Only on command prompt you have to work with this. You will get this. Your Hadoop is installed successfully. That is how you can work out with the. So we have shared another video that is towards the file management. Please go to them and you can find it out. Thank you. That's all about with the Hadoop installation. Okay, hope you all of you install it and enjoy the Hadoop implementation. Bye. Once again, by stop -all is to stop all the commands. Now is the final by. You can see there are no more windows.